part 2. So I like to always make a copy of what I'm working on and drag it over, and that way I can just easily go back and change something if I want. So I highlight everything. I want to take the move tool and just grab one of the corners and then hit the option button on a Mac, and automatically I get a copy. I can just move over here. So since I've got this that I can just easily go back to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just delete away all the excess lines that I don't need anymore, because I've got my profiles figured out here. Same thing on the side profile. Alright, so now we need to combine these two, and then we need to copy it around and make the rest of the board. So since I've cut all that away, and I might want to go back to it easily, again I'm just going to make a copy of this and bump it over. There we go. Okay. So I want to take my core profile and I want to use this push-pull tool and just hover it over the face till it kind of engages on the face there, and grab it. I'm going to stretch it out. I want it to be just a little bit longer than the outside profile, so I'm going to go with 15 centimeters. And see that clip right into place there. Perfect. And I'm just going to draw a quick guideline from this corner straight down. It doesn't matter the length. You want it to be long enough though that because we're going to end up deleting it, but we want it to be easy to delete so we can see it easily. And I'm going to select this profile. I'm just going to move it below my side profile like that, and that line just helps me line everything up. So to combine these two, what I need to do is I need to stretch the outside profile up through the core profile. So again, good practice so that you can just go back a step is just to make a copy and move it over. Alright. So using the push-pull tool, I'm going to grab that bottom shape. I'm just going to pull it up through there and give myself lots of room, so it doesn't matter what the height is. And once I've done that, I actually need to make sure that all of the faces intersect. So I'm going to highlight the whole thing. I'm going to hit Control, click, and go to Intersect Faces with Selection. And this is just going to draw lines between all the areas that they're touching. You can see that actually some lines have popped up on there in this middle part. So now that we've done that, we can start deleting away the excess. But again, we're just going to make a copy, bump it over, so we can easily go back a step if we mess it up or we want to change something in the design. Alright, so you can use the eraser tool and go one by one here and just kind of delete away the parts you don't need, or slightly faster and easier depending on how complex of a shape you have is you can use the select tool, and using that you can grab a bunch of it, hit shift, plus and minus should pop up. Just delete. Let's see, sometimes it doesn't work as well. There we go. Awesome. So you can see we've got those lines scribed right on the profile. We've still got this excess stuff, so let's get rid of that. When you're deleting away, sometimes you can delete too much and then you can lose the face, so you just want to be fairly careful with it. Another good trick is, if you're doing a much more complicated shape than this, is to go to View and turn on the Hidden Geometry. You can see all these extra lines pop up here, and especially when you're working with complex shapes, you do want to see that hidden geometry when you're molding them together and deleting small parts. So it's definitely helpful to turn it on and off and toggle it for the different things you're doing, because sometimes it kind of gets in the way. So I'll just leave that on for now. All right, we've got our quarter of a snowboard. We're at 16 minutes here, 17 minutes. So we're just going to duplicate this. So I'm highlighting the whole thing. I'm going to make another copy. And I'm going to make another copy. And I just want to keep this quarter here, and that's why I made the two copies. So with the one that's highlighted, hit Control and click on it. And now I can flip it along the green direction. And I want to make sure that I grab the point and that I line that point up with the same point on the opposite one. There we go, half a snowboard. Same thing, we're going to highlight the whole thing. We're going to make a copy of it. The Move tool, push the Option button, move that over there. While it's highlighted, hit Control, click, flip along the red direction this time. Grab it right on the end point. And then right into the middle point. And then bam! We got her done. Let's see here if I can give you guys a bit of a better view. So there's our snowboard with a hefty amount of camber. You actually see some of the angles aren't the prettiest, but I just kind of wanted to run through it quickly for you there. The other thing that you can do as you're going along with making the quarter, which is quite handy, is you can actually highlight your quarter, Control click on it, and make it a component. And what that will do is anytime you change anything in this quarter of the snowboard, it'll automatically change it on the other quarters as you make copies of this one. So you're able to effectively just edit a quarter of the board and be able to see that whole thing change in real time around the rest of the board. It's definitely a useful tool there. I didn't bother doing that for this tutorial though. Just go back. We can just quickly add some wood color. I'm going to turn off that hidden geometry right now because it's producing a lot of lines. Let's see a second here. We can smoothen it out a little bit. Go to Smooth, Soften Edges. 69 degrees. Yeah, let's go with that. We can add the wood. Just go to wood. We could throw some sidewall color on there if we wanted to. Just need to zoom in enough to do it. And there you go. There's a quick snowboard. And obviously these files would be very useful in your CNC machine. Although if you have one of those already, you probably know how to do this, or use one of the other programs like Rhino or SolidWorks. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to just put a little clip with my email at the end of this, and if you have any questions or comments or feedback, or if you need a board designed, I'd be happy to talk to you. All right, bye.